There is a man, and the man has stood before the cameras of this world so long that the cameras have become his mirror, and the mirror has become his God, and the God has become himself. You've seen it before. Not in the particulars, maybe, but in the shape of the thing. The way a hunger will always find its final form. He posted the image on a Sunday night, himself in a white robe, hands aglow, laying palm to the forehead of a bedridden man. Around him, soldiers stood at attention. Eagles wheeled in a sky stitched from the national flag. A woman knelt with her hands folded in prayer. And he looked upon it, and he posted it to the dark of the internet, and the world received it. He said afterward he thought it was him as a doctor, making people better. And I do make people better, he said. Well, there's a particular kind of lie that is not dishonesty so much as it is disassociation. A man who looks at an image of himself in messianic light, hands burning white, the sick rising at his touch, a congregation of soldiers and believers arranged in adoration, and sees a doctor, a Red Cross worker. That man is not lying to you. He is telling you something far more unsettling than a lie. He is telling you what it looks like from the inside. And from the inside it all makes perfect sense. He had posted it the same night he attacked the Pope. Called him weak on crime. Terrible on foreign policy. Said the Pope was only put in the Vatican because he was American and they thought it would be the best way to deal with President Donald J. Trump. Think on that a moment. Think on a man who in one night fires a broadside at the Vicar of Christ and then dresses himself in the garments of Christ and posts it to the ether and goes to sleep. It was Orthodox Easter. The image was deleted by Monday morning. The thing about Easter is this. It is the feast of a man who suffered, who was mocked in a robe, who was given a crown made to wound him. The whole of the story is an argument against exactly this kind of pageantry. That is what makes the image so strange, so clarifying. He took the iconography of self-sacrifice and submission and humility and fed it through whatever machine makes these pictures now, and the machine gave him back himself, radiant, untouchable, the one who heals and is never healed, the one who saves and does not need saving. There are men who called it blasphemy, good Christian men who have marched beside him, who have given him their votes and their faith and their public names. They said God shall not be mocked, and they were right. They were absolutely right. But there is a question underneath that one, a harder question, which is, what did they think they were doing all this time? When the preachers compared him to Cyrus, anointed of the Lord, when the rallies took on the shape of revival meetings, when the flags bore his image and the prayers invoked his name, what did they think was being built? You do not build a throne for a man and then act surprised when the man sits down. One preacher in Dallas said he had in sermons called Trump the modern Cyrus, whom God anointed. The hand of God is on him, he told his congregation. Tell a man that long enough, and eventually he picks up a brush and paints himself accordingly. J.D. Vance, practicing Catholic, said he thought the president was making a joke. He took it down, Vance said, because he recognized a lot of people weren't understanding his humor. Yes, well, there is that. A civilization gets prophets it deserves, not the ones it needs, the ones it deserves. And when a civilization has decided that strength is holiness, and wealth is virtue, and the camera is the confessional, then the prophet it deserves is a man in a white robe with glowing hands who says he is a doctor, who says only the fake news could see it any other way. The image is gone now, deleted, as if deletion were contrition, as if the server ever forgets, as if the people who saw it and felt the current of it moving through them, as if they deleted it too. They did not. They will not. The machine remembers everything, and so do we. That is what we have made of ourselves in this long, flat age of light and glass and the hum of processors running in the dark. We have made ourselves into an archive of all our worst performances, We've built a system specifically designed to make sure that nothing a man does is ever truly taken down. He thought he was a doctor. He thought he was making people better. Maybe he was right about the second part, just not in the way he meant.